All right, guys, so 2022 is upon us, and I've been seeing a lot of negativity on social media. People saying all sorts of funny things about the new year. People saying, don't say it's your year. Don't say this year you're going to do this, because we've just been seeing the wrong things happening in the last 2 years. And I really want to talk about how to cultivate the right mentality going into 2022. I truly believe that the right way to cultivate the mentality into 2022 is to tell yourself that 2022 is a year for you to revenge. We've seen the pandemic happen. A lot of people lost jobs, their lives, seen a lot of loved ones get taken away by this pandemic. We've seen a lot of negative things happen through the pandemic. And if you really look at it, you begin to ask yourself, why is it that you are still alive? I mean, there's so many people that lost their lives, so many wrong things happened. Why are you still alive? Why are you still around? Like, why is it that this pandemic that was in the air, that anybody could have gotten by any chance, it took away so many people? Why are you still alive? And once you begin to look at that mentally and say, the reason I'm still alive is so that I'm able to revenge. It's so that I'm able to really go out there and live my dreams to the maximum. Because we must be honest about this. This pandemic has been very evil. Whether it was created by somebody, whether it came from nature, we don't really want to get involved in that. We want to get involved in the fact that this pandemic came and it took a lot from everybody. It took time. It isolated you and kept you alone. For many, it caused a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear. And when you look at it as a force that you need to revenge against, when you look at it as a system, just looking at certain things that happened throughout this pandemic, if you look at it as a force that you are going to revenge against, you begin to cultivate the right mentality. And how does one revenge? One revenges through making sure that they fast track all their plans. If you had a 5-year plan, fast track it and decide, I'm going to accomplish this in 1 year, 2022. If you wanted to achieve something and it didn't happen, or maybe your business closed down, say, I'm going to open a bigger business. Begin to plan for a bigger business. Begin to revenge against it, because you want to show forth that the human spirit is more powerful than anything. And I always say to people, stop looking at what happened in the past. Stop observing the things that happen, because the truth is everybody experienced a lot of pain, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress from the pandemic. But if we look at that, we're not going to be able to see the opportunity for the new economies that can be birthed after the pandemic. The new NFT markets that are exploding. Everything is just exploding in a big and better way. The world is looking for better systems, new ways of doing things, new economies. If you lost your job, look at how can I plug in to this new way of doing things. If your mindset is set on, I need to make sure that I revenge for every bad thing that ever happened, every loved one that I lost through this pandemic, every single person that I cared about that suffered from this pandemic, if I'm going to revenge against this evil thing that came into the world and cost us so much, the best way for you to cultivate that mentality is to fast track every single plan and to overcome things like fear, to be bold about it, because that's what we're seeing. I went to Louis Vuitton the other day in the shopping center just after a lockdown had just been eased, and I saw a line outside of Louis Vuitton. And I realized that people were now saying, you know what, people are losing their lives. I'm not going to keep my money under my bed or in a savings account and never enjoy life. I'm going to start enjoying life, because we really do not have that much time. We are literally living on borrowed time. We've got seconds left on this earth. And if we live like that, if you live like somebody who's aware of the fact that at any time, it may all come to an end. If you live your life like that, you begin to cultivate the right mentality. It is those that are living in the very whatever will be, the new year might be bad, the new year might be negative, the new year might be positive, we'll see how things are going to work. Those are the people that think that they've got time to change things at a later stage. One thing the pandemic showed us is that we are near the end. We are near the end. There is no time. There's no time for you to be saying, I'll do this in 20 years' time. If you want to buy a Lamborghini, plan to buy it in 2022. If you want a new house, plan to get it in that year, because there just isn't any time. Whatever trip you wanted to take, plan to do it soon, because we are literally living on borrowed time. And if you have that mentality regarding the new year, and you'll realize that what I'm saying to you is very true. The person who lost it all, because of coronavirus, because of the pandemic, that person also had plans and dreams. Imagine, they thought they had time, and it all left so quickly because of this evil pandemic. So make sure that you are fast tracking everything. Live and plan for 2022 as though it's your last. If you had a dream, achieve it then. Plan for it then. Fast track all your plans. And make sure that you're taking full advantage of the time that you've got within this new year. Because there are many people that had wished to see the new year. So many loved ones lost. So many people lost a lot of things. And it is not right that you are still having the opportunity to do all your plans, to achieve everything, and all you're doing is you're wasting it. All you're doing is you're living under fear. All you're doing is you're limiting yourself. Get rid of those mindsets and begin to look positively. Yes, bad things happened within the pandemic. Yes, people lost a lot of things. We're not saying don't acknowledge that. What I'm saying to you is reflect on that, find where you can alter, amend, and change that, and go into the new year more aggressively. Go into the new year looking forward to it. Go into the new year cultivating I can and I will and I'm going to on very, very fast pace, because things are happening in such a fast-paced world that we're living in today. So I just wanted to come through and say, let this new year be a year where you don't allow the past to hold you down, where you don't allow the past to stop you from planning, where you don't allow the past to stop you from looking forward. Let this new year be one of the best years of your life. Begin to cultivate that mentality. Begin to speak it forth in your life. Begin to visualize it. Begin to plan it. And the best part, or the best place for you to do so, is throughout the festive season or throughout the beginning or the ending of the year, because you've got time. Things have sort of slowed down. You've got time to plan for it. And one exciting thing that always encourages me, even when I don't feel like planning for the new year, is the fact that I know that the people that will be succeeding in the new year are the people that took time to reflect, to become aware of where they are, and to amend. If there are negative people in your life, cut them off. For the sake of your future, cut them off so that you may go into the new year as a better and a better version of yourself. You owe your dreams that much. You owe your visions that much. You owe every single thing that you've ever wanted to do. You owe it that much. And I truly believe that the days we are entering are we're literally living on borrowed time. We're literally living on literal borrowed time. Because there's so many people that thought they've got time, they'll do it at a later stage, that never were able to do it. So let us take advantage of this new year. Let us plan for it. Let us make sure that we're as positive as we possibly can be. And let us make sure that we do not waste any opportunity. We do not waste any opportunity that comes your way. Take it by full force. Fast track every plan. If you had planned on doing it later, start doing it now. If you wanted a good body, get your good body in 2022. If you wanted to start a business, do it within the new year. Because literally, we are on borrowed time. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to the world. You owe it to yourself to produce every single thing that you've ever wanted to produce. Because those that are believing on it, those that wanted to do it, could not see the new year. So cultivate the right attitude about the new year. And one beautiful thing that we saw out of a study that was done in the university in America was that gratitude and anxiety cannot function in the same brain at the same time. If you're grateful that there's a new year coming, if you're grateful that you're able to enter the new year, if you're grateful that you're able to see the next day, then all those anxieties of what if it doesn't work, what if, they will all flow away, because the study shows us that the two cannot coexist in the same brain. If you are thinking of gratitude at that same time, you cannot think of an anxious thought at the same time. That's what science shows us. They literally took CT scans of people's brains when they're in a gratitude mode, and they realized that people that are grateful do not suffer from anxiety. So if you're anxious about the new year, start to cultivate gratitude. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do, gratitude. You get a gratitude journal. What are the good things? What are you grateful for? And you begin to cultivate that throughout your day. The moment you have a panic attack, you stop and you do a gratitude practice. Take time. Literally. Take time out. Do a gratitude practice. Get your mind right about the new year, because we all need to realize that there is no time There's no time in saying I'm going to get my mind right when the new year started. Start now, start today, because we are literally so fortunate, so fortunate to be able to see this new year. So get your mind right, get started right, and let's make the best out of 2022. And I want to thank all of you for the amazing year that we've had. So many of you, we've had so many Zoom sessions, so many conferences that you attended, so many online programs that you attended, so many books that were sold, so many of you came through to the events. I want to thank all of you for coming through. I wish you the best and most amazing 2022. I want the best for you. Thank you so much for your amazing support. And I am literally sending you every single great and amazing thing that can happen for you in 2022. May it be your best year ever. May it be a year to remember. May it be a year that you'll never forget in your whole entire life. And may everything go well with you. May you stay safe. May you enjoy the festive season. And may you have a positive outlook for 2022. Thank you so much. Enjoy and enjoy with the people who you love. Thank you.